Now we're going to create the quantity sold by stores active report. That's what you see on the screen here. It's located in the retail samples domain under the reports folder. Here's the active report on the screen. An active report is actually an interactive environment, so I actually have some measures regarding each of the stores from the WF Retail Lite database. And you could do things like resort or create calculations or charts. So if I wanted to chart, for example, profit, and do it as a bar chart and do it for each of the stores, I would just select that from that menu there. And you can see we get a menu that actually shows me a breakdown of the profit for each of the stores. You can also use this chart to filter the entire report. So if I took like the tallest bars in this, I could then filter, and it actually filters out the report you can see in the background. So it's an interactive environment, allows you to do analytics on the content of a report. So let's see how we can create that from scratch. Here we are in InfoAssist Plus, so we're going to use the measures that we had from that report. So we want to see quantity sold, that was one of the fields, the revenue field, double click that to add it to the report, and the gross profit. We also want to have on that report the store, so we'll go down here to the store name and we'll find store name field in the store group, and we'll put that as a sort group in the by bucket here in the query area. Let's add some data bars to the report so we can actually visualize, if you will, each of the columns. So we'll select quantity sold, we'll select revenue, and we'll do the same for the gross profit. You might have noticed that it was actually sorting by gross profit. So if you wanted to sort this report by the highest gross profit, you go to the query tree, you right click on gross profit and select sort, and we'll go out to descending order. This particular company does a lot of its business via the web, and we want to actually just see the brick and mortar stores, so we're going to filter out the web. So we're actually going to go down to the attribute for that inside of this data source. So under store name, there's a thing called store type, and we'll drag that onto the filter area. And in the filter dialog, we'll select to get all the values from the data set, and we'll select storefront. Those are the only ones that we want to see. And you'll see it removes that from the actual report. So now we only have the actual values for all of the brick and mortar stores. The other thing that we want is we want this to be an active report. So we're going to change from standard HTML in the home tab, and we're going to switch it over to an active report. And that will give us the interactivity at runtime. And one final thing on this report is that we want to be able to link by clicking on the store name and find out more about that. So we want to create an auto link enable this report so it will find other auto link targets that will tell us more about the stores. So let's save it, and then we can run it to see how the output looks. So there's our report, and you notice there's a hyperlink on the store name. We can use, of course, the interactivity sorted in ascending order if we wanted to take a look at the worst stores, or descending order to look at the best stores. So let's go to our top store, London, there, and click on the hyperlink, and you'll notice there's a link there to go to a gauge report that shows the gross profit for the last 2 years for that store. So let's select that, and you see it drills down to this gauge, live gauge, that shows the comparison, how sales have changed for that store for the last 2 years. So that's how you create the quantity sold by store active report that has auto linking turned on.